Tara and Irshad, can you please go through these questions? Just a second. Yeah. Okay. Here options are also marked. Okay. Please read it carefully. Okay. And see, are you getting it or not? And just give me a minute. Okay, so statistics will be covering today. These were the questions from statistics. Okay, I'll be explaining you everything in detail over here. This is revision class for statistics, but I am explaining you all the concepts which is there in statistics, even the basics. Okay, so basically in your standard, is that chapter is clear to both of you, Sarah and Farhan?
Which chapter, ma'am?
Statistics.
Kind of. I'm not very confident in it.
Yes, Farhan. What you said, Sarah?
Ma'am, I'm not fully confident in it.
Okay. So let me explain like quickly let me give the overview of the complete chapter. Just a second. Because the next test contains statistics and let me check what is the syllabus for the next test. Heron's formula. So you tell me, do you want to discuss Heron's formula over here or statistics? Yeah, Sarah and Farhan, Heron's formula or statistics?
I'm okay with any chapter, ma'am.
Yeah. What you said, Sarah?
I'm fine with any chapter.
You are fine with any chapter. I'll be taking. Yes, Farhan, do you want to discuss Heron's formula or statistics?
Ma'am, statistics.
Okay, so let me take statistics over here. In your standard, in statistics chapter, only the representation of data is there on the graph. Representation of data on the graph. Okay, but MCQ question will come from statistics, maybe fill in the blanks, 2 marks question will come from statistics to check whether you have understood each and every terminology really well or not. Okay, so at first the bar graph is there. Bar graph means, like, when we are having raw data, suppose I'm listing the data, I'm listing the marks of all students from my batch, and suppose 10 students are there who have got marks in this manner. One of the student have got 5, another student maybe have got 8, another student maybe have got 2 out of 10. Okay, another student have got 3, then maybe 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then maybe 4, then maybe 1. Okay, these are the marks of a student. Okay, in my batch 10 students are there. By giving comma 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 comma, I have written all the marks like this. Now this is called raw data. Okay, this is raw data. Whenever we are having raw data like this, okay, we at first we need to arrange it. Suppose in the question it says that represent the given data by using frequency distribution table. And also show tally marks. Okay, and also show tally marks. So let's represent it by using frequency distribution table. We will make the table like this. Okay, marks of the students are like this. And here we will write frequency. Now I will write the marks, but be careful when you are having this data. We always have to arrange it either in ascending order or in descending order. At first, we have to arrange it in ascending or descending order. जब भी हमारे पास raw data होता है, जब भी हमारे पास रॉ डेटा होता है, सबसे पहले हम उसे असेंडिंग या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करते हैं. ओके, इन जनरल हमारे बुक में जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वहां अरेंज डेटा ही दिया जाता है, बट ध्यान रखना अगर कभी अरेंज ना हो डेटा तो हमें करना पड़ता है. ओके, नाउ वी विल बी राइटिंग द मार्क्स ओवर हियर इन द फर्स्ट कॉलम एंड द फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑन द अदर कॉलम. सो सबसे पहले अगर मैं असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में अरेंज करने जा रही हूँ तो देन इट विल कंटेन 1, the other one will be 2, then 3 is there, then 4 is there, then 5 is also there. Okay, then 7 is there, then 8 is there, and then 9 is there, right, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, नाउ तुम्हें लग रहा होगा कि 8 तो 2 बार है, तो उसे हम फ्रीक्वेंसी में कंसिडर करते हैं कि कौन सा डेटा कितनी बार रिपीट हो रहा है. उसे हम काउंट करके और हम बोलते हैं 8 का फ्रीक्वेंसी 2 है. 2 का मतलब 2 बार हमें 8 दिख रहा है, एंड दैट्स कॉल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ 8 इज 2. आर यू गेटिंग इट? गेटिंग इट? बाकी सारे डेटा का फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या होगा? 1 1, क्योंकि सारे और बचे हुए जो डेटा है एक ही बार है. बट जब हमारे बहुत सारे डेटा होते हैं, ओके, डेटा होता है, तो हो सकता है कोई नंबर 4 बार रिपीट हो रहा हो, 5 बार रिपीट हो रहा, 10 टाइम्स रिपीट हो रहा, तो हमें काउंट करके फ्रीक्वेंसी वाले कॉलम में लिखना पड़ता है कि दिस डेटा इज रिपीटिंग इटसेल्फ 2 टाइम्स, 3 टाइम्स, 5 टाइम्स, 10 टाइम्स, एंड दैट्स कॉल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसी. गेटिंग इट? Is it clear so far?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now we have to. Are you getting it, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we also have to draw the tally marks over here. So let's draw the tally marks. Tally marks means here the numbers are smaller Okay, tally marks means for one we'll be drawing one like this, one like this, one like this, but we must be careful. Tally marks means अगर हमारे पास 5 है फ्रीक्वेंसी कॉलम में, ओके, तो टैली मार्क्स में हम 1 2 3 4 ऐसे 4 लाइंस ड्रॉ करते हैं और 5 ऐसे ड्रॉ करते हैं. अगर 6 है हमारे पास फ्रीक्वेंसी कॉलम में, तो हम टैली मार्क्स को ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. इस 6 को टैली मार्क्स के फॉर्मेट में ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं 1 2 3 4 5 और एक 6. अगर हमारे पास 8 है तो हम इसे 5 के बंच में हमेशा लिखते हैं, दैट 5 देन 6 7 8 ऐसे लिखते हैं हम टैली मार्क्स, ताकि जो भी हमारे इस टैली मार्क्स को बस देख रहा है वो समझ पाए कि ये 5 है बिना काउंट किए. अदरवाइज काउंट करते रह जाएंगे हम, राइट राइट. बिना काउंट किए हम देख सकते हैं कि ये क्या है, 6 है. बिना काउंट किए हम बता पाएंगे कि ये क्या है, 8 है. ओके, अगर मैं लिख दूं, अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ लिखूं, व्हाट इज दिस, सारा एंड इरशाद, ये जो मैंने यहाँ रिप्रेजेंट किया है टैली मार्क्स के फॉर्मेट में, ये किस नंबर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? ध्यान से देखो, इसे कहते हैं 5, इसे कहते हैं 5. सो 5 5 10 और 1 11. आर यू गेटिंग इट? यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, टैली मार्क्स कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? अगर हमारे पास 1 है, 2 है, 3 है, 4 है, 5 है, 6 है, 7 है, 8 है, 9 है, 10 है, ओके, 11 है, 12 है. तो टैली मार्क्स में 1 को 1 ही लिखते हैं, 2 को ऐसे 2 ही लिखते हैं, 3 को ऐसे 3 ही लिखते हैं, 4 को 1 2 3 4 ऐसे ही लिखते हैं. 5 से स्टार्ट होता है बंच में लिखना, दैट 5 विल बी दिस. ओके, 6 विल बी पहले 5 और 1. अब 5 के बंच में लिखेंगे ताकि जो भी रीड कर रहा है उसे ऐसे लाइंस काउंट ना करने पड़े, 1 लाइन तो अनदर वन अनदर वन अनदर वन. ओके, ये लाइन काउंट करना कंफ्यूजिंग हो सकता है, इसलिए हम ऐसे कहते हैं 5 एंड 2 मोर दैट इज 7. ओके, 8 का मतलब होता है 5 एंड देन 3 मोर 8. 9 का मतलब होता है 5 एंड देन 4 मोर 9. 10 का मतलब होता है 5 एंड 5. गेटिंग इट? बस हम देख के बता पाएंगे कि ये किस नंबर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. 11 का मतलब होता है 5 5 एंड 1 मोर. ओके, ऐसे हम टैली मार्क्स अपने फ्रीक्वेंसी को टैली मार्क्स यूज करके रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं अगर क्वेश्चन में लिखा है तो एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन अगर पूछे कि टैली मार्क्स में हम किस नंबर के बंच में रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं अपने डेटा को, के 4 लाइन्स 5 लाइन्स 6 लाइन्स 7 लाइन, तो हम बोलेंगे 5 के बंच में हम हमेशा अपने डेटा को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग इट? नाउ
Yes.
रेंज. अगर हमें रेंज निकालना हो इस डेटा का, जो डेटा हमें यहाँ पे दिया गया है, इस डेटा का रेंज निकालना हो, तो हम बोलेंगे हाईएस्ट डेटा पॉइंट हमारा क्या है, 10 है. किसी स्टूडेंट ने मैक्सिमम मार्क्स क्या ऑब्टेन किया है, 10. एंड मिनिमम लीस्ट मार्क्स क्या है, 1. ओके, रेंज का मतलब होता है मैक्सिमम डेटा पॉइंट माइनस मिनिमम डेटा पॉइंट. ये सारे फॉर्मूला हमारे टिप्स पे होने चाहिए. मतलब 10 -1 दैट इज रेंज. तो इस डेटा का रेंज क्या निकल के आया, 9. गॉट इट? सो फार इज इट क्लियर सारा?
Yes, ma'am.
लेट्स मूव. Now the next here in this chapter we will be dealing with group data. और ग्रुप डेटा मीन्स कंटिन्यूअस ग्रुप डेटा के साथ हमें वर्क करना है. ओके, तो अगर हमारे पास ग्रुप डेटा है जो कि कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है, तो सबसे पहले हम उसे कंटिन्यूअस बनाते हैं ना। ग्रुप डेटा दिखता कैसा है, लेट मी टेक वन एग्जांपल। या सपोज हमारा डेटा कुछ ऐसा दिख रहा है। वेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट लाइक आर 31 to 35 kg, okay, then 36 to 40 kg, then okay, so this is the data. Now first you need to understand why the data is given like this. तो जब भी हमारे पास बहुत ह्यूज डेटा होता है, are you there? या
Yes, ma'am.
जब भी हमारे पास बहुत ह्यूज डेटा होता है, बहुत ह्यूज डेटा है जिसे यहाँ हम लिखते रह जाएंगे एंड इट विल बी रियली टाइम टेकिंग, तब हम अपने डेटा का ग्रुप बना लेते हैं। हम बोलते हैं कि here we are having the data which is related to weight of the student, maybe weight of the student from whole school। तो हम बोल रहे हैं 31 kg से 35 kg के बीच में ऐसे नाइन स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिनका वेट क्या है, 31 kg से 35 kg के बीच में है। ओके, इस 9 को हम फ्रीक्वेंसी भी बोलते हैं। ओके, 36 kg से 40 kg के बीच में कितने स्टूडेंट हैं, 5 स्टूडेंट्स। 41 kg से 45 kg के बीच में टोटल 14 स्टूडेंट्स हैं। ओके, 46 kg से 50 kg के बीच में 3 स्टूडेंट्स हैं। तो ऐसे हमें समझ में आना चाहिए कि ये डेटा ऐसे क्यों लिखा हुआ है। ओके, क्योंकि हमारा डेटा बहुत ह्यूज है, इसे कॉमा कॉमा या फिर एक एक करके लिखने में इट विल रियली बी टाइम टेकिंग, दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव अरेंज द डेटा लाइक दिस। नाउ जब भी हमारे पास ऐसे डेटा होते हैं तो इससे कंटिन्यूअस होना ही चाहिए। ये तो हुआ ग्रुप डेटा। वन मोर थिंग, इसे कहते हैं क्लास इंटरवल। ओके, 31 to 35 इसे क्या कहते हैं हम, क्लास इंटरवल। Similarly, 36 to 40 is another class interval. 41 to 45 is another class interval. 46 to 50 is another class interval. Okay, 51 to 55 is another class interval. So each group is called class interval. Now ये जो first number हम यहाँ देख पा रहे हैं इसे कहते हैं lower limit. Okay, lower limit of this class interval is 31. And upper limit of this class interval is 1. Getting it? Now the next class interval is 36 to 40. Here lower limit of this class interval is 36 and upper limit of this class interval is 40. नाउ ये जो हमारे पास डेटा है, यहाँ क्लासेस को अगर हम ध्यान से देखें, आई मीन क्लास इंटरवल्स को अगर हम ध्यान से देखें, तो हम समझ पाएंगे कि ये डेटा क्या है, कंटिन्यूअस नहीं है। मतलब यहाँ 35 पे एंड हो रहा है और यहाँ किस नंबर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, 36 से। ओके, हियर इट इज एंडिंग एट 35 एंड हियर इट्स स्टार्टिंग एट 36. So it is not continuous. Our data must look like this. If 2 to 4 here we are having, then the next must be 4 to 6. Then the next must be 6 to 8. Okay, it must be continuous in this manner. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here our data is not continuous, so we need to make it continuous. So this is the group data we are having. What is class interval? I have told that this each group is called class interval. Here this 31 is called the lower limit of this class interval. 35 is called the upper limit of this class interval. Similarly, 36 is called lower limit of the class interval. 40 is called upper limit of the class interval. Okay, so many class intervals we are having over here. Now this 9, 5, 14, 3, 1, 2, 2, these are the number of students that in between this 31 to 35 there are 9 students. Okay, in between 36 to 40 there are 5 students. In between 41 to 45 there are 14 students, and these are called the frequency. Okay, this is the frequency column we are having. Okay, now we need to make this data continuous data. Okay, we understood that this data is not continuous. Here the upper limit of first class interval is not same as the lower limit of the next class interval. Are you getting what I'm talking about? Are you getting? Sarah, Farhan, Irshad, you also joined.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, so we need to make this data group continuous group data. So what we will do, there is a way to make it continuous. That is, we will check what is the gap between this 35 and 36. Okay, or gap between this 45 to 46. Okay, we will first check what is the gap. So you can see the gap is 1. Okay, we have to always divide gap by 2. So 1 divided by 2, that means 0.5. Okay, now gap divided by 2, that means our gap was 1. We have divided it by 2 and we got 0.5. Now the question is, every time we will check the gap and we will divide by 2? Yes. Every time we will check what is the gap and we will divide that gap by 2. Okay, whatever you are getting, now you will take, I am writing it over here. Every time to make it continuous, we have to do gap divided by 2. Here the gap was 1 divided by 2, that is 0.5. Now we will make a table, a new table I am making over here, okay, which you need to draw separately. Now here what we will do, from the lower limit, okay, this first class interval, check it. Here from the lower limit, we will subtract this 0.5, and in the upper limit, we will add 0.5. From the lower limit, we will subtract 0.5. In the upper limit, we will add 0.5. What is 0.5? Just now we got this 0.5. That's what I have taken. From the lower limit, we will subtract this 0.5. In the upper limit, we will add this 0.5. from the lower limit, we will subtract 0.5. In the upper limit, we will add 0.5. Again, I am repeating, from the lower limit, every time in each and every class interval, we will subtract 0.5. In the upper limit, we will add 0. Okay, and we will keep on doing like this, and that's what we are going to write in the new table. So if we will subtract 31 minus 0.5, it will be, please tell me, 31 minus 0.5 is what? Thirty-one minus 0.5 is what? Yes. Yes. 31 minus 0.5 is what?
40.5.
30.5. Okay, 35 plus 0.5 will be 35.5. 36 minus 0.5 will be 35.5. 40 plus 0.5 will be 40.5. 41 minus 0.5 will be 40.5. 45 plus 0.5 will be 45.5. 46 minus 0.5 will be 45.5. And 50 plus 0.5 will be 50.5. 51 minus 0.5 will be 50.5. And 55 plus 0.5 will be 55.5. 56 minus 0.5 will be 55.5. 60 plus 0.5 will be 60.5. 61 minus 0.5 will be 60.5. And 65 plus 0.5 will be 65.5. 66 minus 0.5 will be 65.5. And 70 plus 0.5 will be 70.5. And the data, which was not continuous, we made it continuous. Can you see that? Can you see that? Is it clear? Sarah, Irshad, Farhan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is how at first, whenever, it will not be written in the question, let me tell you. Okay, in question only the data will be given and it will be asked to draw histogram, or only data will be given and it will be asked to draw frequency polygon. Just that. Okay, you need to check whether the data is continuous or not. And if you find that it is not continuous, then you are supposed to make it continuous at first. Like this. Okay, and then frequency you have to copy paste the way it was there. Same thing we will be just copy pasting over here. Like this. And now we will draw histogram. Let's see how can we draw histogram. Just the way previously you used to draw bar graph, similarly we just have to draw histogram. While drawing histogram, okay, while drawing histogram, we just have to make sure that this class intervals we have to write along x-axis. Okay, you have to write the group data, the class intervals along x-axis, and the frequency you have to draw, you have to locate along y-axis. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why I am giving that much stretch on these things? Okay, because so many MCQ question is going to come in your exam from here maybe, and these type of question will be there. While drawing frequency polygon, we represent the class interval along. Options are x-axis, y-axis, any axis, none of this. Okay, so it is x-axis. Okay, we draw it along x-axis. Now we will locate the class interval. That class intervals are 30.5 to 35.5. Okay, then 35.5 to 40.5. Then 40.5 to 45.5. 45.5 to 50.5. And we will be drawing the bar graph. Okay, here frequency, you can see 9 is there, 5 is there, 3 is there, 1 is there, 2 is there. So I am writing 1, then 3, then 6, then 9, then 12, then 15. Why I am writing this numbers like this? Because I can see in frequency polygon 1 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, 9 is there. So you can maintain the gap of 2, or maybe you can maintain the gap of 3, or maybe you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Got it? Got it? Now 30 to 30.5 to 35.5 we are having till 9. So we will be making just bar graph. Now if we are drawing just bar graph, why the name is histogram? Why we are calling this is histogram? We are calling it histogram because, let me draw it first. Next is 5. Next is 14. Next is 3. We are calling it histogram because this is not a usual bar graph. Okay, the usual bar graph looks like this. A rectangle over here, then a rectangle over here, then a rectangle over here, then a rectangle over here. This is usual bar graph, right? Right? This is bar graph. And what is histogram? Histogram looks like this. All are just joined together, attached together like a solid. Getting it? Yes or no? This is histogram. Because here our data, here we are having group data, and that too continuous group data. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So don't get confused between bar graph and histogram. Okay. Histogram, in histogram also we are drawing the bar graphs only. But why the name is, okay, a separate name is there? Because this is nothing but just like a solid structure. Okay. Like this one. Like this. That's why we are calling it a different name is there, that is histogram. Now while drawing histogram, we often make the kink over here. Okay, kink. This is called kink. You don't have to write it over here, but I am just telling you that this is called kink. A mountain type of teeny tiny mountain or jump structure you show over here, that is called kink. Okay, why we draw this kink over here while plotting histogram? Because we say that directly from the origin 0 we are jumping to 30.5. That's why we show our graph like this. And here 30.5 is there. We just, it's called kink or break. Okay, we just draw it while drawing histogram to show that directly we are jumping to 30.5. Got it? Is it clear so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now there is another concept in histogram. One more really important concept is there in histogram. that area of each rectangle, if your area of the first rectangle is bigger than area of the second rectangle, then the frequency of first rectangle must be bigger than the frequency of the second rectangle. Okay, in histogram, area is proportional to frequency. This is really important concept, okay, which must be fulfilled in histogram. What I'm talking about, it's not making sense to you, then let me explain. Okay, so this is a histogram. If I will tell you what is the area of this rectangle, okay, the first one, this yellow color rectangle's area. Okay, if I'll tell you what is the area of this rectangle, these things you don't have to do while representing it. Representation is done. Okay, I am explaining you just little bit extra concept which can come in MCQ question. Okay, so area of the first rectangle, let's try finding. It is a rectangle. This is a yellow color rectangle. Okay, where length is there, breadth is there. Let's try finding area. So from 30.5 to 35.5. One more thing I have not explained till now. Okay, what is called the class size? Class size means if you have to find the size of the class, okay, you will be taking upper limit minus lower limit of that particular class. Okay, so if you have to find the size of this class, okay, class size, which is also called class width, you have to take upper limit minus lower limit. Keep these formulas in your mind, okay? Upper limit minus lower limit. Here upper limit is 35.5 and lower limit is 30.5. So size of the class is 35.5 minus 30.5 is what? It's what? Yes. 35.5 minus 30.5 is what?
5.
Okay. Yeah, 5. So here class size is 5. And if you will try finding the other classes, okay, you will take the other classes and that too size you will try finding, or if you will try finding the width, every time you will be getting 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So all the class sizes are same over here. Okay. Now area of the rectangle means length into breadth. So this is the length. Okay. This is the length, which is also, which in class width, the formula you have used, that formula is giving this length only. Okay, the size which you are finding by using the formula upper limit minus lower limit, the size is representing this length over here. Okay, so this is 5. Okay, I mean the width is 5 over here and the length is, we can see the frequency is 9, so length is 9. Area of this rectangle will be 5 into 9, that is 45. Are you getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try finding area of the next rectangle. This rectangle here also we understand this is 5. Okay, width is 5. Why the width is 5? Because now only I was telling you all the class sizes are same over here. Okay, so width is 5. And what about the length? Length was 6 over here, right? Or 5. It was 5. Okay, it was 5. We can see in the frequency table also it was 5. If I have not represented it correctly, please use bar graph, the graph paper. I mean the graph paper. There you will be able to locate everything accurately. So area will be 5 into 5, that is 25, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the first area is 45. Okay, this area is 45 and this area is 25. We can see area of the first rectangle is bigger than the area of the second rectangle, right?
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
It represents the frequency of the first rectangle must be bigger than the frequency of the second. If area of the first one is bigger than area of second, then automatically this must be fulfilled. By automatically it must be fulfilled. And let's check, is it full, is it valid over here? The frequency of the first one is bigger than the frequency of the other one. Yeah. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In histogram, listen to me carefully. In histogram, there is a concept that the rectangle which is having bigger area, that rectangle will also be having the bigger frequency. This must be fulfilled every time in histogram, and it will be fulfilled over here. We don't have to check. You just need to know this concept. Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
Yes,
Sarah, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I am giving you another data where it will not be fulfilled and where we will be doing the arrangement. So in MCQ question, this question will come. Okay, in frequency distribution table, area is proportional to, okay, option will be cumulative frequency, frequency, okay, or maybe width of the class or size of the class. These type of random option will be there. You have to make sure that area is proportional to frequency. The bigger area means bigger frequency, smaller area means a smaller frequency. What does that mean? That means if we are taking two rectangles, the rectangle which is having the bigger area, that rectangle will be having the bigger frequency. And the rectangle which is having the smaller area, that rectangle must contain the smaller frequency than the previous one. Got it?
yes,
Just a second, let me take one example. Yeah. Our data is like this: 0 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and 70 to 100. Frequencies are 7, 10, 10, 20, 20, 15, 8. Now you can see clearly that the data is group data, right? Continuous group data, right? Right? It is continuous. Yes or no? Of course it is continuous. Here the upper limit and here the lower limit is same. Here also the upper limit, here the lower limit is same. It is continuous, right? If we will draw the histogram over here, then from 0 to 20. 0 to 20, the frequency is 7. Okay, so let me represent 7. Maybe here I am representing 7. Okay, 20 to 30. In between 20 to 30, the frequency is 10. The frequency is 10. Now, if we will check the previous concept, that it is getting valid, like it is fulfilling the criteria which must be fulfilled every time in histogram. So this rectangle area will be 0 to 20. Can we say this size is 20? Yes or no? Can we say the class size or the width is 20? Yes or no? Are you there, Sarah? Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this is 7. So area will be 7 into 20, 140. And area of the next one will be, you can see here, distance between 20 to 30. If you will find upper limit minus lower limit, the class size or the class width, you will be getting 10. So 10, and here 10. So area will be 10 into 10, 100. Now I said that if first rectangle area is bigger than the second rectangle area, then the first frequency automatically it must be bigger than the second one. But can you see the first frequency is not bigger than the second one? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So when the class sizes are not same, you can check the class size over here, it is 20. You can check the class size over here, it is 10. You can check the class size over here, it is 10. You can check the class size over here, it is 10. Check the class size over here, it is 10. It is 10 and it is 30. When all the class sizes are not exactly same, okay, then we need to do changes with the data while plotting histogram. Okay, before plotting histogram, we have to check whether the data are continuous or not. And we also have to check whether the class sizes are same or not. When the class sizes are same, all the class sizes are equal, then directly we can go ahead, we can plot the graph. If class sizes are not same, all are not equal, then at first we have to do arrangement, because there is a really important concept in histogram that area must be proportional to frequency. That will not be fulfilled when the class sizes are not same. Am I making sense to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have to first make one more column over here to write, just a second. We have to make one more column over here to write the width of the class. Okay, that means size of the class. So here, first class size is 10, 20, then 10, then 10, then 10, then 10, then 10. Then 30 over here. Okay, and then we have to make one more column, and we will be writing here length. Okay, and in this class size we will be checking which is the minimum. If I will ask you in this column which is the minimum number, can you tell me which is the minimum number over here? The smallest number in this column? Irshad and Sara, in this class size column, which is the minimum, which is the smallest?
Ma'am, sir.
Yeah,
Ma'am, with the right.
10 is the minimum, right? 20
Yes.
is there, 10 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 is there, 30 is there. Which is the smallest? 10, right? Right? Even if it is repeating itself so many times, but if I will tell you which row is having the smallest number, so we will say there is a number 10 which is so many times, but that is the smallest. Yes, no? Yes or no? Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
So first we have to make one more column, okay, which will represent the size. where we will be checking which one is the minimum. Even if that data is so many times, doesn't matter, the smallest one will be taking. And every time this 10 we have picked, okay, or you can say any 10 you have picked from here, one of the 10 you have picked, because 10 is the minimum over here. Then we will be doing this frequency divided by the class size 20 into the number which you have picked, that is 10. Okay, and you will be doing the calculation, you will be writing it. Again, I am showing you, you have to write frequency in the numerator, that is 10, divided by size of the class, that is 10, into the number which you have selected, the minimum number, that is 10. Are you getting it, Sarah, Farhan, Irshad? In numerator, frequency will be there, in denominator the size will be there, and then the number you will multiply, which you have selected, the minimum one. Are you getting it? Are you getting? Okay, frequency you will be writing in the numerator, you will divide it by the class size and into the number which you have selected, the minimum one. Okay, frequency divided by class size into 10. Okay, frequency divided by class size into 10. Okay, last one. Please see the last one carefully. If Sarah, if I will ask you what shall I write in the last column, I mean the last row, can you tell me? Can you tell me, Sarah?
8 by 10 into 10.
8 by 10 or 8 by, yes, Irshad, it will be 8 by 10.
Oh, 8 by 30.
8 by 30 into 10. Okay, we will be calculating all of them. When we have to do this extra step, okay, in question it will be written, just draw the histogram. But please check it whether the data is continuous or not. And check it all the class sizes are same or not. If it is continuous, just like the previous data. Okay, if it is not continuous, make it continuous. After making continuous, just one time just visualize. Just go through all this data. Every time you don't have to find it. Your eyes, okay, if you will check it minutely, okay, quick, you will be able to understand, yeah, all the class sizes are same. If all the class sizes are same, go ahead and draw the figure. If all the class sizes are not same, then do this extra step. Okay, draw a width column and draw a length column. Okay, here we will be getting 10, 2 times 20, 7 by 2 means 3.5. This will be just 10, this will be just 10, this will be just 20, this will be just 20, this will be just 15, this will be just, okay, like this. So this is what we are getting. Now we will draw a histogram. Again, we will be writing our class interval along x-axis, and we will be writing, this time we are not going to write the frequency along y-axis, this time we are going to take this length along y-axis. Okay, length we will be taking along y-axis. So you can say 3.5 is there, 10, 10, 10, 20 is there. So accordingly, you can take the like gap 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, okay, then 12, like that. And then you can draw the histogram. Are you getting it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what we have to do. Now frequency polygon. In histogram, there is a terminology, okay, class mark. So while drawing frequency polygon, at first you have to find the class mark. Okay, here only, suppose this is the data. Okay, this is the data. The weight was given, which was not continuous. Okay, we made it continuous like this, and then we have to draw histogram as well as frequency polygon. And in question it is clearly written that with the help of histogram we have to draw frequency polygon. So there are two ways to draw frequency polygon: with the help of histogram, without help of histogram. Okay, I am showing you how to draw it with the help of histogram. At first, we will be finding the class mark over here. What is class mark? Class mark means midpoint of each class interval we will be finding. Okay, midpoint of each class interval will be finding over here. Let's find it. Oh my god, wait. In this figure only I was about to show it to you and then I started rubbing it. Wait. So here only class mark we will find. Class mark means midpoint of each class interval. Okay, the formula is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. The formula is upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Okay, that means 35.5 plus 30.5 divided by 2. That means 35, 30, 65 and 176, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 76 by 2. That means 2, 3 times 6, 2, 8 times 38 we are getting. The middle number. The middle number between 30.5 and 35.5 is called class mark in statistics. Okay, that means midpoint only. In MCQ question, this question must be there. Okay, whenever you will give any, like in your exam, in your test, that what is class mark? So class mark means midpoint, okay, of each class interval. In between 35.5 to 44.5, which number is the exactly in the middle. So since the number here, decimal number we are having, that's why we are calculating. Otherwise, directly you will be able to say. If I will ask you in between 2 and 4, which is the middle number, you will be able to say that 3 is the middle number, right? Yes or no? If I will ask you in between 2 and 4, which is the midpoint, you will be able to say that 3 is the mid value. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this one also you will be getting from the formula that lower limit plus upper limit by 2. That means 6 by 2 and you are getting 3 itself. So this formula is helping you finding the mid number. Getting it?
Yes.
Here also we are getting 2, 3 times 6, 2, 8 times. So here also we are getting. Wait, I think the same data I have taken 2 times or what? Wait, 35.5 and 30.5 added together, it is not 76. Who said yes? It's sharp. Okay, it is 30, 30, 60, 5, 66 by 2. Okay, that is 33. Okay, the first one mid number is 33, the next one mid number is 38. Like that, you have to find all the mid values. Okay, and that numbers you have to locate over here on your histogram. That the mid number for the first class interval is this one. Okay, here on your graph paper, you have to locate it accurately. Again, here mid number you will be locating. I'm showing you just the giving you the overview of this. That if you have drawn the histogram like this, okay, you will be locating the mid value over here. Okay, the class mark. Here the class mark you will be locating. I mean, on x-axis you will see where exactly that number 33 is there, and just on your figure, okay, you will be locating it. On your x-axis you will see where exactly 38 will lie, and here on your histogram you will be locating it like this. Are you getting it? And then you will join all of them like this, with the help of a scale, like this. Okay, we are almost there. Okay, frequency polygon we have almost done. Just we have to attach it with x-axis from both sides. Okay, so we will see how the class interval is started. So our class interval is if our class interval over here is 35 30.5 to 35.5, can we say just before this much, this one, there will be a class interval? Can we say just before this one there will be a class interval? What will be that? Is it 25.5 to 30.5? Yes or no? If I will ask you before 30.5, if you have to tell me your class interval by yourself, just looking at this pattern, so can you say that this will be the interval? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, 25.5 to 30.5. We have taken this class interval by ourselves. From where our class interval is getting started, just before that one, we are creating a class interval by ourselves. Do we have to think this much every time? No. Here, since decimal number we are having, that's why little bit, okay, you have to think and analyze. If the decimal number will not be there, then clearly you will be able to say, okay, if the decimal number will not be there, if your class interval starts like 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, and if I will ask you what will be the before one, before 0, okay, so you will say minus 10 to 0. Yes or no? Yes or
Yes.
no? Are you getting it, Sarah and
Yes.
Farhan? So since decimal number is there, little bit analysis is required. You can take the help of this 35.5, and you can understand that before 25.5 must be there, and which will stop at 30.5. Okay. This is the class interval we have created. This one's class mark mid value also we will find. That means upper limit plus lower limit by 2, or lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Same thing. Okay, 20 and 30, 55, 56. 56 by 2 will be 28. This is the class mark. We have to locate on x-axis. Here 28 we will be locating on x-axis. 28. On x-axis we will be locating 28. And we will join our frequency polygon like this. Similarly, wherever our data is just getting ended, the last class interval. Okay, let me check what was the last one. 65.5 to 70.5. One more you have to create here at last also by yourself while drawing frequency polygon. So it is ending at 70.5. That means the next class interval will be 70.5 to 75.5. Yes or no? Irshad and Sara and Farhan. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
We are creating two class intervals by ourselves. One in at the very just before the first one, and one at the last one. Here also we will find the class mark. That means the mid value. That is 70.5, 75.5. That is 5, 5, 10, 0, carry 1, 5, 1, 6, 7, 7, 14. 146 divided by 2, 2 7 times 14, 2 3 times 6, 73 we are getting. We will be locating it on x-axis. Somewhere here 73 on x-axis, and we will join. And now we are done with histogram, because histogram is basically a mountain type of structure like this, which easily you will be getting. But the main thing is you have to attach this mountain with the x-axis by taking a class interval by yourself. And on the other end also you have to attach it with x-axis by taking a class interval and the midpoint by yourself, but in a proper pattern. Am I making sense? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is how we will be drawing with the help of histogram. And when the question says that without help of histogram, draw frequency polygon, then directly you will be just locating the class mark and frequency. So if your class mark is 33 and frequency is 9, then you have to locate 33,9 point over here. Class mark is 33 and frequency is 9, then you have to locate point directly. If your class mark is 38 and over there frequency is 10, then you have to locate 38 over here and 10 on the y-axis like this. Are you getting it? Getting it? And then you will join all of them like this. And again, you will be getting a mountain structure in the sky. Okay, but we have to join it with the x-axis. Okay, so again, the same concept, a class interval we have to create by ourselves before the first one. And that's class mark we will check. That will come out as a 28. We will join with 28. And at last, again, we will create a class interval by ourselves. And that's midpoint is required. In MCQ question, this question will come. To draw a histogram, what is required? Okay, and there one of the option will be there for midpoint. So you have to mark that yes, midpoint is required. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are all the concept which is there in this statistics chapter. If you have learned like everything really well to date, you have understood everything really well, then you will be able to answer all the MCQ question, everything from statistics chapter. But after this class, you have to sit with book. You have to draw few figures by yourself, few, not all of them, few. And you have to make sure you are understanding everything. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Assignment I'll be sending after the class from statistics. Please do attempt those assignments and let me know if you are having any doubts. Sarah, please don't leave the class. And yes, Irshad, I'm going to activate the assessment today from statistics. Sarah, you will also be giving the assessment. Irshad, you will also be giving the assessment. Now, Irshad, if you are having any question, please do ask. Any question, Irshad?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
then I'm
you
keeping,
for exam.
yeah.
I have to leave for exam.
Yeah, Ishad. Okay, I'm keeping this much. And yes, Sarah, please be here. I want to talk with you for a while.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Ishad. So I'm keeping this much over here. Thank you. Yes, Sarah. कहाँ पे दिक्कत आ रही है?
Ma'am, for me, like when you were teaching number system, I understood, but when I went to see the test, I didn't understand the question properly.
ये प्रॉब्लम सारा तभी आती है when you are not solving question by yourself at home. Now you are in class 9. Next year you will be in class 10. Self study is really important. ओके, सेल्फ स्टडी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। कोई भी ऐसा टीचर या फिर कोई एक मेंटोर तुम्हें ऐसा नहीं मिलेगा जो 24 घंटे तुम्हारे पीछे लग के और तुम्हें बैठ के पढ़ाए तो ही तुम पढ़ पाओगी। तुम्हें खुद से स्टार्ट करके अब सीखना पड़ेगा सारा, कि कैसे एक एक चैप्टर को कैसे फिनिश किया जाता है, कैसे एक एक चैप्टर को पिक किया जाता है, कैसे रिवाइज किया जाता है, कैसे कॉन्फिडेंटली बोला जाता है कि हाँ अब ये चैप्टर प्रिपेयर है। ये सारी चीजें तुम्हें अब सीखनी पड़ेंगी, क्योंकि क्लास 10 में बहुत ज्यादा सेल्फ स्टडी करना पड़ेगा अपार्ट फ्रॉम द क्लासेस। बिकॉज क्लासेस में हम एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, अगर समझ में नहीं आया अच्छे से फिर से एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, लेकिन बैठ के तो तुम्हें ही सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा, राइट सारा?
यस मैम।
ये ऑटोमेटिकली नहीं होगा, तुम्हें खुद को पुश करना पड़ेगा। ओके, अब एग्जाम बहुत क्लोज आ चुका है। I have seen that you are understanding concept really well. You are answering, but then uh, you are not revising the concept, Sarah. Right?
यस
Okay, you are not revising. कहाँ जा रहा है टाइम? What exactly you are doing? Like which subject? Like क्या तुम दूसरे सब्जेक्ट में पूरा टाइम दे देती हो, मैथ्स के लिए टाइम नहीं मिलता है? या फिर सब कुछ, लाइक प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आती है?
I feel like it's time because like I have more classes these days,
ओके,
like 2 3 classes
हो
and also
सकता है।
tests.
ओके, यू हैव मोर क्लासेस, ड्यू टू दैट you don't get enough time, and you are not even wasting your time. That's what you are saying, right?
Yeah,
ओके, सो दैट कैन बी द केस कि हो सकता है तुम्हारा पूरा स्केड्यूल इतना पैक है कि तुम्हें टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है, राइट?
yes,
तो देखो सारा, कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है प्रॉब्लम। क्योंकि अगर हमारा 1 to 1 क्लास हो जाएगा तो भी मैं यही एक्सप्लेन करूंगी जो एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ। एक्सप्लेनेशन पार्ट तो फिर भी क्लियर हो जाएगा सारा, लेकिन व्हाट अबाउट परफॉर्मिंग? ये सारी क्लासेस इसलिए है सो दैट यू कैन परफॉर्म बेटर, राइट?
yes, ma'am.
ओके, तो अगर परफॉर्मेंस ही नहीं आ रहा है तो फिर okay, it doesn't make sense that you are understanding and still the performance is not there. You have to give your effort. Okay, बैठ के क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना शुरू करो सारा। पहले मुझे बताओ, फर्स्ट चैप्टर रियल नंबर। अब रियल नंबर क्लियर है? आई मीन नंबर सिस्टम, रैशनल इरेशनल रियल and exponents and everything is there. Is all the concepts are clear over there, Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
Polynomial clear?
Kind of.
काइंड ऑफ, यू हैव टू चेक इट। ओके, एनसीईआरटी
Okay.
बोर्ड पे सॉल्व करके तुम्हें चेक करना पड़ेगा कि इज इट क्लियर और नॉट क्लियर। ओके, और हमारे टीम को इन्फॉर्म करना पड़ेगा कि या इट इज नॉट क्लियर। देन थर्ड चैप्टर कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री।
Yes, ma'am.
फोर्थ चैप्टर लीनियर इक्वेशन इन टू वेरिएबल्स।
Not very clear.
नॉट वेरी क्लियर। ओके, इन्फॉर्म आवर टीम दैट दिस चैप्टर इज ऑल्सो नॉट क्लियर। उसके बाद फिफ्थ चैप्टर वाज ट्रायंगल। ट्रायंगल नो, लाइंस,
Plus Euclid's geometry.
यूक्लिड्स ज्योमेट्री, दैट चैप्टर इज क्लियर।
Ma'am, actually, we don't have that chapter for the exam.
ओके, देन ग्रेट। नेक्स्ट चैप्टर लाइंस एंड एंगल्स, इज दैट क्लियर?
Yeah, but I have a bit of doubt in the theory part at the end of the chapter.
ओके, नेक्स्ट चैप्टर ट्रायंगल, इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
ट्रायंगल क्लियर। नाउ मैं तो देख रही हूँ मोस्ट ऑफ द चैप्टर्स क्लियर है, बस एक दो चैप्टर्स में यू आर नॉट दैट कॉन्फिडेंट, which you will be able to let us know after practicing, right, Sarah?
Yes,
Okay. यहाँ जो आज मैंने स्टैटिस्टिक्स का क्लास लिया, इज दैट क्लियर?
yes, ma'am.
ओके, बैठ के देखना, तुम खुद से एनालाइज करना सारा कि क्या ये सच में क्लियर है या नहीं। ओके, कोई भी क्वेश्चन अगर स्टैटिस्टिक्स से पूछा जाए, जो मैं बात कर रही थी एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चंस की अपार्ट फ्रॉम द रिप्रेजेंटेशन, दोज आर क्लियर और नॉट? Okay, if I'll give you a question, a quick, just let me check one thing. If I am giving you a question that 8 plus x comma 9 is equals to 20 comma b. Can you tell me x and b value, Sarah?
I don't know.
You should try. Why you give up so like easily? That I don't know. इतना easily give up नहीं करना है सारा. ऐसे कैसे बोल देती हो? नहीं, मुझे नहीं आता है. You have learned it, right? It is from coordinate geometry.
Yeah.
You have to think about it, Sarah.
Mom, in school we weren't taught these type of questions. It didn't come in the exams.
Okay, this type of question is just don't come in exam. If I'll give you another question, that 2 to the power 8 minus x is equals to 32. Can you tell me x value? Now I am giving you hint as well. This is from first chapter.
Mom, is x 3?
Yeah, it is 3. Okay,